Welcome back everybody. This is the second wee chat I'm going to have with you today. I hope you liked the first one. I'm just going to be seeing really roughly how many people come on and have a wee look at this, and I would like for them to go a wee bit longer, some of the chats, and go right into detail regarding the kind of work that we do. Our work's very simple because we work with complicated people. There's no jargon, there is no big words, as you will see. Because we found that I was frightened myself when I started reading and writing at 35 and going all these different courses. I didn't trust myself, I lacked in confidence and self-worth because of what I was telling myself in my own head. Fear, as most of us will know, is an expectation. F-E-A-R, false expectations appearing real, as I once read. And it's so true. We expect bad things to happen. We tell ourselves in our own head that bad things are going to happen because fear is basically something that's happened in the past. We expect it's going to happen again in the future. We don't trust ourselves that we can deal with anything that arises through learning to challenge ourselves and trust ourselves that we can. But that's what fear is, and fear stops us from growing spiritually. Fear is the opposite of love. If we have fear, we're stripping ourselves of confidence and self-worth and how we really feel about ourselves, and that connection with the spirit, the divine spirit, where the healing process comes in and nice people start to come into your life because you've decided that you've had enough pain and you've had enough fear in your life that you really want to get there and you're asking for help. And if you're sending that positive energy out and it's to help for your higher self, to better yourself, which is going to improve relationships with other people, family and friends. When you start to change, you become a powerful, great example to other people in your environment and in your home, especially your children. When they can see that you can change, then other people can change, and that's inspiring and motivational in that sense. So you'll see that the fear is we tell ourselves, it's self-talk. Everything's self-talk, everything is by the mind. There's other things out there that will tell you different, but the mind, if you sit back and think honestly, you'll see it's only the mind. You have to change your mindset. That's how they've got different courses on mindfulness and other different courses out there, lovely courses. And it's the way it's delivered. Lorraine and I use our own, in the drop-in centre, we use our own experiences to help give people identification, sharing with them our pain, the cause of it, the effect it had on us and our spirit, and the effect it has on other people. And that's what fear does to you. It controls you because it's normal. It's just everything's became normal. It's normal to be frightened. It's normal to hurt. It's normal to be in pain. It's normal to judge yourself and others, criticise them, or some people are using the word compare, which is another word. You're comparing your standards to other people's standards, where we get angry with them. And we're looking at other people and believe, we tell ourselves in our own head that they are better than us, destroying our spirit, destroying our self-worth and self-confidence. All through self-talk. Everything is through self-talk, the way we have learned to think and behave towards ourselves and other people. And it's totally destructive, and we wonder why we're trapped in a life, in a way of thinking that's became normal, habitual, conditioned, and it's very difficult to come out of that. But once you start on the process of change, looking at what I need to change to get better, and taking that responsibility and getting rigorously honest, really meditating on it, learning to quiet your mind and learning to recognise and see the thoughts coming in, hear them coming in, feeling that dip, Larry and I call it a chain reaction. What you saw and what you've heard, you will react to the only way you know how to react, and that's through fear. To challenge that is to recognise it and feel the dip, because you feel it, what you see, what you hear sets off the chain reaction, hits us in the stomach, that horrible butterfly feeling, that dis-ease with oneself, with one's spirit, because you have then separated yourself from the spirit, the moment, the now, the only thing that we have, the only thing that exists really is this moment, now, and there is no pain in now. When you leave now and you go into future, or leave now and go into past, then you're desiring and choosing to cause fear, unless it's something really positive. It's like a whole new process of changing your whole way of life, your thinking, your acting, your reactions. And some say it's a tall order, you can't do it all at once. That's where patience, tolerance, acceptance, humility, understanding, love, compassion, all these spiritual principles and values start to come into your life. And the way you're starting to think will attract the way you're thinking. Dark, negative thoughts attract dark, negative energy. Positive, loving, caring thoughts attract loving, caring, positive feelings and emotions. That's the choice that we have. But fear will destroy you from that expectation that you can't do this. In Glasgow we use this word, I cannae. I cannae means I can't, I won't, I am scared, I don't trust myself, I am frightened. Yes, you can. All you have to do is change your thought, the same as you change your shirt, your socks, the colour of your living room, the paint. You've always changed your mind, and things you have done in the past, you have asserted yourself in many situations before where you have made these changes. Changing school, the fear you had of going to a new school, you overcame that. Having sex for the very first time, getting into a relationship as we got older, these things get easier, for some that is. And it's about looking at the difficulties and the things you've came, getting into new jobs and starting new jobs and meeting new people, and you've overcame that. But at the beginning you told yourself you couldn't. You were telling yourself all these bad things were going to happen, that you weren't good enough, that other people were better than you, and the self-destruction, because nobody's told you, you don't have to do that. You don't really have to do that anymore. You can change when you become aware. You have that choice to change. And that's what life is all about, being aware that you have a choice to say no, to not have fear and letting fear control you, be changing your mindset, maybe reading other books, changing your vocabulary, coming out the comfort zones, breaking away from the comfort zone. Stop trying to stop judging and criticising yourself continuously, because that's all you know. And it's difficult to start saying, no, I love myself, I'm a nice person. Well, you are a nice person, just nobody has told you. Other people might say it, we tend not to believe it because of the amount of years you've been punishing yourself severely. So it's being able to recognise that. And you'll see, I'll get into it in further talks about the reaction which sets off that chain. Again, it's back to sight and sound. And you will see how simple this can be when you just look at oneself. Just continuously look at yourself. Don't look at anybody else. It's other people, places, things and situations that we blamed for the cause of our disharmony and disease in our life. And it's learning to love these other people, places, things and situations that you were frightened of, that will set you free. And it's learning to generate, looking at that fear, the expectation, the damage that these expectations we put on ourselves, and the damage that we've done through putting them onto others, where we've lost a lot of good friends, family, because we weren't aware that we project our standards onto other people, and that causes a lot of hurt and pain and fallout because we didn't know any better. But hopefully the next session I'll go right into detail, because change is the most difficult experience we're ever going to find in our life. Not hard, difficult, because you're going against the grain in your life, you're going against what you believe to be normal and habitual, and it's change. But I promise you the freedom is unbelievable when you learn to practice this, because it has to be practiced every day, where you can learn to recognise your own thoughts and challenge them, or just let them flow. Do not answer them back. Practice it. It's like a musical instrument. If you want to learn the guitar or any musical instrument, you have to pick it up maybe every day and learn to play it. And the more you lift it up every day and practice every day, the better you'll get at it. And that's why you've got famous musicians and songwriters and stuff, because they changed their addiction and went into something more positive, healthy, as people say, a healthy addiction. Addiction's just the mind, and the biggest addiction that we have, which I'll get into later on, is your own thinking, which nobody speaks about. There's a few spiritual teachers that I watch and listen to who have helped me immensely. Going onto YouTube and reading other spiritual books and personal development books I mentioned earlier have helped me immensely in my life. But I found change very difficult. The books were very inspiring, but to change I found difficult, and this is the reason why I'm putting these talks and the work that we and Lorraine and I do onto YouTube, where people could hopefully understand themselves And to understand is to be humble, is to stand under. And I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope that people can understand that fear is only that expectation, and not to expect but just accept right on the spot, because everything has got to come back to acceptance. And with the lack of acceptance and the lack of awareness and understand of acceptance, that causes depression in our life. We find it difficult to accept a loss of a loved one, a job, a partner, people have wronged us. We find it difficult to understand where they are in their life. We never look at our part in that, our responsibility. What did we do? What could we have done better maybe to change that situation? And then we live in regrets. I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have. And you begin to live in a world of I shouldn't have, instead of saying, okay, I did, and I'll try my best not to do that again, and practice change. And we'll get into that later on. But hopefully this wee talk has helped some people. Again, this is all new to me. It's something I love doing. I love supporting and giving away what I've got freely, and I hope that this has helped you on your path and on your journey of responsibility and taking responsibility for your own spirit. So I'll speak to you all again soon. Thank you very much. Bye.